Solve this year's WAEC question with me, day one. So we are going to be solving the OBJ questions, 60 OBJ questions, and we're going to be solving it together. So this is the day one of this series. We have 60 questions to treat. Let's start with number one. So just join me as we study.
So we are starting this series with first question in our OBJ question. Now this question is telling us that we have a triangle. We have a triangle and an isosceles triangle. So let me draw it this way. We have an isosceles triangle M N P, and they are telling us that MN and MP are equal. That's here and here are equal, MN and MP. And then why our NP is different. So these two equal sides are 26 cm each. Why this other side MP is just 20 cm. Now the question is asking us to find the area of the triangle that we have on the board. And we know that area of any triangle is half base times height. So we need to have a height of the triangle. We need to get the height of the triangle in this triangle. But the beautiful part about this question is that this is an isosceles triangle. Being an isosceles triangle telling us that two sides are equal. If I have to draw the height of this triangle, if it has to work, I have to draw it at a point where it can divide the triangle into two equal parts. I want to draw a line in this triangle that will divide this triangle into two equal parts. And we know that if you bisect an isosceles triangle, you end up having two right angle triangles. So if I do that, to bisect this, I have to draw a line in between those two equal sides. If I bisect this, that divide it into two equal sides, this side and this side are equal. And it will just share this into two equal sides, into two equal parts. So this will be, if I draw a line here, here will be 10 cm and here will be 10 cm, and this is a right angle. These two triangles here now are right angle triangles. So if I should show one of these triangles, look at what we have here. One of these triangles is now something like this. Here is 26 cm, here is 10, and we don't know here. This is our height. So this is what we have. So with this, I cannot get the edge. Applying Pythagoras theorem on this, I will now have that my height, this is my hypotenuse, so 26 squared is equal to h squared plus 10 squared, which is 676 is equal to h squared plus 100. So working on this, h squared will now be equal to 676 minus 100, which is 576. So that when we do that, our h will now be equal to square root of 576, which is 24. So if my h is 24, if my h is 24 cm, I can now find the area of this triangle. The area of this triangle is half base times height. Since this is my height, this is the base we'll be using now. That's the base we'll use. Since this is the height, if I redraw this triangle to look like this, this is the height h, and the base there is 20 cm. So using that, my area will now be equal to half times the base, which is 20, times the base, which is 20, half times 20 the base, times our height, which is 24. So this is 10 times 24, which is 240 centimeters squared. So our area is 240 centimeters squared, which is option D. So thank you for staying with me. I'll still solve the other question. Depends on the response we give. I'm going to continue. We have 60 questions to solve. Join me, and the Lord bless you.